No. Oh, now there it goes. I just had to do it like 3 times. Weird. It's never done that before.
Hmm.
Oh, well, it says live now.
Okay, good. Very weird. It's just me.
Hey, Queen Moomin. It's kind of acting funny right now, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see. There's some comments. There we go.
Oh, there. Yeah, see, I can't see comments yet. I see Queen Moomin.
Yeah, I see her. And then Speaking the Truth with Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Tish. There we go. Hey, Jenny May.
Aw. My queen. Dave G is here.
Hey, Dave G.
Bridget. Everybody.
Hey, Bridget. Dana. Hey, Gina.
Aw.
Yeah, YouTube was just acting really goofy. It wouldn't let me go live for a minute.
Weird. Might be your Wi-Fi, did you set this up to go live on Facebook as well?
No, I don't do that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could. Can I make it go live to my group? I don't even know.
You might be able to. I don't know.
I'll look into that later.
Yeah. Oh, did I lose your actual live feed here? I've lost the actual video, so no, I didn't.
No.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
Hey, Drama. Thanks for becoming a member. I'm going to give it a few minutes and then I've been slacking. I'm in the middle of moving right now. So I'm slacking on doing my members only stuff and I apologize, but it's just been crazy. Oh, here we go. Hey, Mama Bear. Hey, Harmarsh.
When are you moving, Cher? Gosh, I haven't talked to you like for real in a while.
I know, I think everybody took just a small
Isn't that weird?
breather. It's good, but yeah, I'll be moved out by Sunday, Monday.
Cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
it'll be good. Making some moves so that
Don't
I'll
you
be able
hate moving though?
to.
I hate moving.
Yes, I do. I actually, well, yeah, but it'll be helpful in the end because it'll help me be able to spend more time with Mr. Cher. So,
Awesome. That is so cool.
Tanya,
Cher!
thank you.
You're welcome.
Life does happen, Jenny. It does.
um,
Sarah.
you're funny.
Who's
But
Sarah?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. Yeah, so it's just been craziness. So I haven't been. And then all the drama happened. There's been several times, you guys, Mr. Cher talks me out of deleting my channel like a lot of times.
Oh,
And
I bet he
then,
does. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, can I get it back? Like, do you have 24 hours after you push delete to take it back or anything? He's like, I don't think you do.
Ooh, okay. So
Yeah.
you've never deleted. Don't ever delete it. Call me too, and I'll tell you the same thing. That's silly. You have an awesome channel, and everybody loves you, and who cares about the occasional bully? They've been lying low. I don't know why maybe they're not. Maybe they're picking up again. I really don't know.
Well, I
And
think some of them, unfortunately, I do think it took a very nasty thing from a other creator to maybe have everyone, because I mean, I even have to say this, and
yeah.
Kelly the advocate even took a major stand against the same creator. I mean, even both sides are like, no, children are off limits. You don't go after people's children. Like, we come on here as adults that are
Yeah.
consenting and taking part in this, and it sucks the crap that we're going through and deal with, but in the end we're adults and we are making the decision to put ourselves through this drama and
Sure.
hassle. because I think we're all passionate about it, which is why we deal with it. But children and our kids, they don't ask for this,
No, they
So
don't.
it's just off limits. And I hate to say it, but even career criminals know children is off the limits. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's unfortunately it's something nasty that happened, but I think it opened people's eyes because even certain people from, I'll say, the avocado side, when Kelly seen that things were going on, she did confront it, even though it was her friends. Like she didn't stand for it. So I do want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, and she's another one that I said, always said I think she's good underneath it all. But I think that is there one has this creator, dealt with me? I don't know which creator is the bad guy that actually went after children, or do I know who they are?
You probably heard of them,
Okay,
but it's somebody that it's the person that started bullying me from the jump of me being on YouTube, that person.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think it took something nasty. I mean, I don't know. They have been quieter, and they all did stand up in defense of Amber as well. So it was good
Sure.
to see. It. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
know
if it'll
Amber's
keep
been
up.
through a lot of crap. I know she's been dragged around a little bit, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, poor
Hi, I've
girl.
learned a lot. Hey, Leather and Lace, I've missed you.
Aw.
Hey, Sarah Jane. Oh, I'm moving only. I'm 20 minutes away from where I'm at right now.
Are the kiddos happy to move to get out of there and move around? I know that
Yeah.
my brother and I were always like up for an adventure whenever my dad would get transferred. Oh,
Yeah, Megan, I did see that she was still talking shit about me, but I mean, I don't care. She can talk shit about me. She didn't stand for child abuse. Well, there's that. I don't know. I mean, she's not my bestie or anything. I just did want to acknowledge that I seen her stand up for Amber at least. There is that because
yeah.
those were Amber hating people, so I did I did notice that. But yeah, they were still nasty towards me, but that's okay. They can be.
Yeah, they will be. And
Hey, Sky.
aw, such a pretty picture. Beautiful hair.
I chopped it all off.
No. No, did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, you haven't seen?
No.
Oh,
Oh my.
it's horrible. I regret it, but it had to be
We'll have to do
healthier.
a FaceTime later. No, my hair is a big frizz bucket. Oh, Sharon, that looks lovely. I do like it. That is
I
beautiful.
just got out of the shower, so it's not all done or anything, but
Yeah, it looks good. It looks really thick and pretty. Definitely. I like it. I like it. Mine's gotten below my shoulders now, and I do want to chop it off to my shoulders again because it's like cotton candy on the ends. And so when you brush it out, it's this great big frizz. My hair is really awful. But yeah, I might did you, I'm scared to go to like a hairdresser though. Did you actually go to one?
I did, which I never do because I do my kids'
Or
hair,
did you
I
have a
do my
friend that
friends'
you know?
hair, their friends' hair, So, but I was just like, it was after, I took my little break off of YouTube and I was just in a funk. So I was like, I'm going to go pamper myself a little bit and then I'll
Sure.
get back onto YouTube. So I chopped everything off and then made my comeback to Watts
I
Island.
love it though. You did a great, again, and I love the color. You're so brave. I do black or I do brown. I haven't done, I want my hair to be light again because my natural hair is a dark blonde, but I've been coloring it black with a little red tint tone in it for gosh, like 4 years now, I think. And I don't even know if I could highlight it or lighten it up, which is why I need to get to a hairdresser, but I'm terrified to go. I don't even know if they're open around here. But yours is beautiful.
Thank you.
And do you use like a box coloring to color?
This one is. See, I messed up too. That's part of it. I tried a different brand of purple and it turned my hair red and I was very, very upset.
Oh,
And then I took the red out and then I let the husband pick the hair color, which he picked a metallic blue. So I tried that and that didn't stick to my hair, only dyed my roots blue, which
oh,
is
jeez.
on the video I did where I went to ask strangers if they know Chris Watts. That's the hair
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had.
yeah.
So I just went back to my purple that I know I love and just redid it the other day.
It looks beautiful. I love it. Yeah, definitely.
All hair. Shan, I love you. I've missed you so.
Aw.
Yeah,
Is she
it's
in
not
here?
CDT that we're discussing. No, it's a whole different Amber. Um, hey, Vicky. Hi, Terry. Sky does hair professionally. I can tell by your, yeah,
Ooh.
you like the purple. Thanks, guys. The purple is usually I have hot pink because hot pink and black are my favorite colors, but the purple hair for some reason, I don't know, it makes me confident.
Yeah. I've never
Purple
had
is
my hair a color like that. I used to take strands of my hair and color them purple with like a you dip your fingers in it and it when I was a teenager for the the 80s stuff or whatever but I've never had an actual color like purple or blue or anything like that. I'm a
You
wimp.
should even do one, like even if it's just one strand. Shan, I
Yeah.
hope your dog is doing better. I just saw your post today. I'm not sure. Hey, I've learned a lot. Hey, Jill.
Oh no.
Shandon, native princess. Hey,
No.
Paula.
Stand down, stand on.
Shandon.
My daughter's middle name is Dawn. I love that
Okay,
name.
since we've got some people in here, I want to just shout out my members quick because, like I said, I've been slacking. Hey, Into the Woods. I've been slacking, you guys, and I feel horrible. So, um, I do appreciate everybody. So I'm going to start with Queen Moomin. I love you. Shan Camp, my love. You know I love you, girl. Shan's my sister wife. Share Prava is a good brand for vivid hair colors. Oh, I'll check that out. Actually, I'm gonna write that down. Hey Tish. There's like a join button. I'm not sure. Can one of the mods put the join button in the chat in case anyone wants to join? So we got Queen Woman, Shan Camp. One of them says channel failed to load, so I'm sorry. I don't know. It sometimes will pop up in a couple days, so I'll be watching for that to shout you out properly. Natasha Richardson, Weezer, Nelly FDZ, Seeking the Truth with Dave, Aussie Dave. Ooh, Chef Betsy, and I love Chef Betsy. Invited the Mister and I when the pandemic kind of calms down everywhere. She invited us out to try some of her dishes, Italian dishes. Oh, I like that. Hey,
Oh, how
Nicole LPO.
nice.
No, 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 no.
Carvana.
I'm not Jay for Justice. Hey, Nikki, aka Heidi.
Hmm.
um, we got Paula Walking, of course, the husband. Tam
Mm.
Tam, Michelle Geller Anderson, Tammy Barnes, and Sylvia. I haven't seen her for a while. I will text her after this. We miss her. And Lynette R. And I think that is the same. I think you changed your name, Lynette, from Lynette, Iowa, I believe. And then we got, of course, Mama Kim and Callie Cat, DJ, Into the Woods, Ali79, Drama Archives, Jane Gilmore, and Jenny May, Harmarsh 2, Where else we got here? Oh, everybody hates Chris. I
love
love
it.
that name. And Kat Markham, Kimberly McKay. Did I say that right? I'm sorry. Cheryl Mitchell and Mandy Bell too. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. It's awesome. I was talking to Mr. Cheryl, like, should I even set up the memberships? I expected like maybe one or two. I
Sure.
knew one would be Mama, so
Aw. And I'll join, I'll join too after this. But no, someone mentioned that I look like Jen from Days for Justice. I've heard that before. When I have my glasses on, people tell me I look like her. Which is fine, that's the but no, it's me. I'm Tanya Hagen. I promise.
yeah, it's not Jay for Justice wouldn't be on this panel. I mean, she's
Yeah.
welcome to be on this panel, but
Sure.
I
Hi,
can't be
Shannon.
too friendly.
You're funny. No, but I actually like her. I really like her, and I know a lot of, whatever. We all have different opinions, but I like Jen. But that's fine. I don't mind if people disagree with me. Obviously, we have Sharon and I disagree about a lot of people and YouTubers and a lot of opinions, and yet we are still close, close, close friends. So,
Yeah, my husband and I disagree about a lot.
of course, exactly. Of course you would. And yet we still go on being friends. We don't make mocking videos of each other, Oh my gosh.
No, I mean, honestly, everybody that's saying that and ugh, they all flip flop too. I don't know how else to say it. They did. Kelly the advocate, she was supportive of. She was basically on the same side I'm on now. So basically, everybody just jumped ship. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just
Yeah.
me. But I don't know. I'm just an easy target for everyone to go after and bully. It's okay.
And I don't know why. I mean, because you do have strong opinions but you're always kind to people. You're not you don't discriminate, and that is something they don't understand. They don't understand, well, wait, if you have a different opinion from this person, why don't you hate them? That life doesn't work like that. It doesn't
Right.
work. Like I always say, look at the attorneys, the defense attorney and then also the prosecutor. They have a big heated case that they're fighting with each other, and then they go out to dinner together and have some drinks, and maybe even go bowling. It's nothing but a difference of opinion. Even in a professional sense, you don't dislike someone because they don't share your opinion. That has never made any sense to me,
Right.
at all.
You
I
guys,
don't know.
I was that friend, honestly, like if you're with your friends, and they're always like, hey, does this make me look fat or does this? I'll be like, yes, I am not going into public with you looking like that.
Mm-hmm.
Change, bitch. you know, I've
You're
just always
funny.
been brutally honest. Well, my mouth would get me in trouble as a
At
kid
least
because
you're
I
being
had
honest.
no
Yeah.
filter. Yeah. And so I get that I'm not for everybody, but I'm just human. That's why my videos aren't all heavily edited and all this. I just come on here, I say it how I think it and see it.
Yep.
And if I'm wrong, I own my shit.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. And I think that one of the reasons people got mad at you or started hating you is because of the fact that you do realize, oh my gosh, I was wrong about this subject or that person, and you admit to it, and you don't stick to the wrong conclusion simply because that's where you started. And I really admire that about you, that you do, if you find out evidence that proves that you yourself was wrong, you admit it. That's beautiful. I mean, I really like that. It's hard to find people like that.
Thanks, Tanya.
You're
Thanks, Nikki.
welcome.
Hey, Julie. If anyone wants to just join and chat, I'm just going through stuff, doing laundry and packing up, and right now I'm
Yeah.
distracted, but so you guys, one thing I did want to mention also is some people have reached out privately and asked me about what I was thinking about Larry after he came on panel. And I do want to address that here in a little bit. And then another thing I wanted to ask you guys is I've been like hounding Mr. Share to start a joint channel with me. And I just want to see like what you guys would think of that, if you'd be interested. What should that channel look like? Because I don't think either of us wanted to make it all true crime because we each have our own channels that we're going to keep, you know? So I don't know if you guys would even want to watch that, like in the life of Mr. and Mrs. Share or
No, I
something.
think
It
that would
could
be
be,
great.
yeah,
That's a great idea. Yeah, definitely.
so I
So I
might
know
put up a
a
poll
lot of
later.
his followers on his regular channel don't really dive into true crime. So I think that, but he has a lot to say about it, and he does get into true crime. So I think that if you guys, went together on another channel in addition to your own channels, I think it would do very well. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. I tell him that too. But like
Yeah.
with everything. Yeah, Shan, just about 20 minutes away, but my best friend and her parents invited me to live there because they're always traveling, they're not really home, and then they offered me to just basically like I can help keep their house clean and stuff like that and help out. And then my best friend has also she lost a finger at work, and since that happened she's suffered a lot of depression, so I feel it would be good for us to be together. We used to live together before, and I just think it's something that needs to happen right now, but then it helps me not really have a bunch of monthly bills, so I'll be able to travel and
Ah.
go see Mr. Share a lot. And so yeah.
Wow, what a relief. That would be so nice not to really have to have, all that overhead every month. That's a
Yeah.
good, I think it's going to be a good move. Definitely.
Yeah, it's scary, but yeah, it'll be good.
Aw. No, it'll be good. Nothing scary about, it's a new start, and a lot of times when you make a new start, everything looks so much brighter. Um in my opinion, whenever we've moved after we unpack everything, which is horror. I hate that. I hate that part of it, but once you
Yeah.
get there, it'll be a new start. So I think that's really good.
Hey, Tanya H. And hey, is it Mika? Am I saying that right? Misha? No, Mika, right?
Kanye H.
I'm sorry. I'm horrible with
There
names.
are there are three Tanya H's who are involved in the Watts case and discussion.
There
There's
we go,
me
Megan.
and yeah, this other lady and Tanya Hollingsworth, I believe her last name is. That's funny.
Hmm.
Bunches of us. And now I've once again lost your live stream. I like to go back and forth because I can see the messages, the
Weird.
chat better. But it's gone. It literally did the window close. I don't know.
Hey, Foxy
How
Lady
weird.
and Sandra C. Well, yeah, you guys, Mr. Share and I, because I watch a lot of long distance relationship channels and stuff like that. I don't know, because I thought that would be fun to share on our joint channel because it's been a very hard year. Thank you, Dot. You're so sweet. Oh, now about the Larry Live, you guys. Oh, I am going to just be all the way real, okay? And
Please do.
here's what I'm gonna say is I have to go back and listen to my live again, but I believe that he had said that he was paying private investigators, and then I think a little bit later he actually said he was paying attorneys. I don't know, okay, but I will keep it nice in what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna be real. I don't believe anything that he said. To me, do any of you guys watch a show called Michael Carbonaro?
No, I
Okay,
don't.
so he is like an illusionist or a magician. I don't really
Ah,
know what you would call it.
right.
But he actually teaches people like when you see like illusionists and people doing that, a lot of times they're talking, right? They're talking, 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 and it's to distract your mind from what's going on in your face, right?
Ah,
And
right.
when Larry's talking, and a lot of men I've dated who have been very, very bad and on the narcissist spectrum very high, they do that. as long as you sound confident in what you're talking about, you can actually pull the wool over a lot of people's eyes. That's all I'll say. I don't believe that, especially in this past year during a pandemic, you're paying multiple private investigators. And then he said it doesn't cost a lot. Here's the problem with that. I've actually looked into and have contacted 2 private investigators for my own past and my own issues with an abusive ex. And for one person to do several hours of investigating, they wanted me to give them at least $1,500. That's one person for just 6 to 7 hours.
Wow.
Now think about somebody paying multiple, he said, and many hours, and on a high profile case like this. I just don't see it. And for a case where everyone has to agree, Chris Watts is never walking out of that prison, no matter if it's proven that he killed only 1, 2, 3, however, no matter what, he's not walking out of there. So to me, he's flushing money down the toilet. Nobody's doing that right now. And the way he was talking and kept going on, and I said it to him, I said, you're talking, but you're kind of like deflecting on other things. Like he was bringing up his dad and this and that. Like I didn't care about his dad, but everyone is saying, well, he sounds genuine. He sounds so genuine. Well, anyone can sound genuine again if he's really a politician, which I do actually believe that part, that he was a washed up politician.
Right.
But that's what politicians do. I'm sorry, attorneys, politicians, that's what they do. They talk, and they're confident. And yeah, I don't. And I also Googled for Colorado private investigators, what is their annual salary? And it was anywhere between $70,000 to like $130,000. So,
I don't know.
Yes, and yeah, he came about for after the documentary, he says, right? But I have a hard time believing that all of a sudden he watched the documentary and then he just jumped onto everybody's panels. I don't believe that. And here's the other thing that kind of was the first red flag to me and told me everything already before I even had him on the panel. The first red flag to me is that I did those videos trashing him, right? They were not kind, right? Whatsoever. And then he still wanted to come on the panel and try and love bomb and sweet talk. And like, it really mattered that I liked him. It mattered that everybody liked him, you know? Because if I was telling the truth, and I'm at this big prominent attorney and I'm doing this and I'm telling the truth, and some micro channel, my channel is not big, was not believing me or dissing me or whatever, I wouldn't even waste my time with that, let alone worry about what they're saying and go on their panel and try and justify myself. No.
See, I disagree with that because I worry about everyone and what they think about me, especially if they're wrong. You know, if they're right, then I think, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess I do that thing that they don't like, you know, whatever. But if they're wrong, I want to prove them wrong because it hurts to be wrongly accused of something. But I don't know this guy, so I don't know what his motives are. And the thing about the bantering on and on and on, that's something I was taught in how to do when I did the TV news. If there's nothing to talk about or your teleprompter crashes or whatever, you learn to do banter, which is we called it meaningless banter, where you talk on and on and on and on, which is probably why I'm good at that too, talking on and on about absolutely nothing, in order to fill the empty space. So, but I don't know. I'm gonna go back and watch your videos with him too again.
Yeah, he just, and exactly, someone said he went for all of the female channels first. Yeah, I just, honestly, it was almost, I don't want to say PTSD, but when I left my last abusive relationship, I was like, okay, I need some serious help. And then when my daughter's father is now facing 11 years in prison for hurting the other exes after me, I ended up getting myself an abuse advocate. And I've learned a lot. and I've joined a lot of abuse and narcissism groups, and everything that he was saying was just red flag, red flag, red flag to me. And I was still I let him talk and I asked my questions, but there was still more questions I really wanted to ask. But I ended up ending it because to me, he was already untruthful. And I get people are, well, he's genuine, he's genuine, he's genuine. That's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I find out I'm wrong, I'll say it very publicly. Hey, I'm wrong and I'm sorry, Larry. But right now, and I've given it a fair shot, I feel like. I'm just not buying what he's selling.
No, I understand.
That's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah, and a lot of people are skeptical of different people, and I fully understand that too. And I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until something slaps me in the face and tells me, no, you were wrong about this person. But I think what you and I look at the world differently. I obviously, I think that everyone's good and honest until we run into a reason to tell us otherwise. And my attorney even told me that the reason I was duped with the Grey Gardens thing was because I expect, and most of us expect, people to be good and truthful right out the gate, and you never expect them to be evil and evil liars. But I think from your experience, Cher, though, you are more cynical. You're actually more able to spot these people than idiots like me who think, oh, he's nice underneath everything. But yeah,
Well,
what a
and I've
shame.
made wrong judgments too. And like I said, I could be wrong. Oh, thank you, Into the Woods.
Aw.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you. And hey, Mark, Weekend Widow. I love that name. And Terry, yeah, that's fine. I wanted to say my piece, and I think a lot of people here know I'm keeping it kind. And if he was to pop in here, he sure can come on panel and talk. I'll be kind to him. I'm just saying on my channel what my personal opinion is on the situation, because I've been asked by some of the subscribers and my friends what I thought because of the videos I did and then deleting them and then having them on panel. Some people were curious, so I wanted to address it. That's all.
Very good. I'm glad you did. But now we have to remember to keep our guards up. Yeah, exactly. We do. I know. We think people are like us and they're not all like that. And narcs pick the nice ones. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. It's a shame that there are evil, or not even evil, bad people out there who want to deceive, who set out to deceive. I mean, how could you begin your day like that? Like, today I'm going to fool, this lady and her entire YouTube following. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I think Nikki, are you still in the chat, hon? I haven't seen you. I'll check my texts in a minute. But yeah, people have to earn trust. See, like with me, I always see the good in everybody, and I tend to be more like I guess giving them the benefit of the doubt until they show me otherwise, which a lot of people are like, no, you should just make people earn the trust right off the bat. So I don't know. I always get torn with that.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. And you don't want to think, I don't want to think that people are being deceptive. I don't want to think that, so I overlook it usually. I don't know. Think for yourself. You have to do it opposite these days, Tanya. Let people earn your trust instead of automatically being so. Yeah, I guess I understand that. How to spot and deal with children that have been going through adverse childhood. Oh wow, that's interesting. I imagine that's difficult to do, but there are some warning signs. Because I used to teach preschool for many years, and it was kind of easy to see which kids had troubles at home, but not some of them do conceal it so well, and I don't know, they don't want to raise a red flag because they want everything at their home to continue the way that it always has, with even if daddy is, smacking them every single night and mommy's drunk or whatever, that's the only life they know. So it's difficult to pick through their behavior and determine what is actually a red flag. So I commend you on being able to do that. Voices, you're correct about Larry. I spoke my truth on Seeking the Truth with Dave, and I was blocked for, oh no, I was blocked for speaking what I seen as truth about Larry. Yeah, I'll have to go watch the Larry lives again and see, look into it more closely.
Yeah, I mean, just because other bigger creators are thinking that it's genuine and it's whatever, that's fine. And if they've seen the proof and they can back it up and that's why they believe, that's fine. I have not, I haven't seen receipts of this. I don't need to see receipts of this either, just so you know, because I don't believe it, and neither does Mr. Share.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I have got allergies today.
If I find out I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong and apologize. And yeah, we can just leave it at that. That's fine. No,
yeah.
Terry, there's no Larry obsession. Okay. I'm sorry you feel that way, but
Larry obsession, what?
yeah. I mean, it is my channel, and there was a backstory, and I had people asking me, so it's going to be addressed, and you can sure head off the chat if you're not liking the topic. I'm sorry, but I do have the right to say how I feel on somebody that's been on my channel and going around and everywhere and in every chat almost where I've been at. So yeah, that's that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly, Callie Cat. And very fair, so.
Yeah. I'm looking.
You know, after you made awful videos about that. Yes, this is true. This is true. And I'm keeping it very nice, Terry, because I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you're always very diplomatic in anything you say. So
Oof, I haven't heard that. I think did Seeking Dave leave? And yeah, a lot of people will, I don't know how to put it, just go along with things, it seems, in this case, because other people are. And I don't do that. And I keep it real, and that's what it is.
Yep, you do.
I don't care if everybody is going one way. If it's how I feel and I don't feel like it's that one way, I'm not following. I'm not a sheep.
No, you're not. Thank goodness you're not a sheep.
Hi, Don Keller. Hey, Crazy Crime Chick. Shan, where are we building a wall at?
What are we doing?
We're going to build a wall.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Marie. Love you, too.
Build a wall between the liars and the truth tellers, maybe. I don't know. That would be funny.
Yeah, and you guys, exactly, Jenny May. Now, here's the thing. That's the other reason why I'm extra cautious now of not just me. I'm like to everybody's channel. And it's because when Mama Kim and I did that live with Josh, we weren't even through that live before other creators hopped right on there, did their videos, and oh my God, and everyone thought what Josh was saying was gold. But then when they found out it was all lies, they all bashed me and Kim, even though they all hopped on that train. I'm sorry, but that opened my eyes to just how quick everybody just, oh my gosh, it's something new, and then everybody goes with it. That
Yeah.
opened my eyes to it, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, they jump ship immediately and they want to be on the side of whatever is good or popular at the moment, and they will jump. They just jump. Bye, they're gone. Um Pretty creepy actually.
I sound a bit down. No, I'm not down. I don't know.
You're overwhelmed with what you're trying to get done right now, maybe.
No, I don't like, just don't come onto my channel to put me down or take jabs at me for my thoughts and opinions. This is my channel,
Yep.
and I don't have to feel the same as 90% of the other people. I don't, because watch what's going to happen. Mark my words. Watch what's going to happen. It's going to come out that this isn't being truthful. And there everyone's going to be like, oh my God. Nah, nah, nah. And I'm going to be sitting here and I'm going to be like, I fucking tried to warn you guys. I tried to warn y'all.
No, I know. But like I said, I think the bullies have quieted down a bit, and I could be wrong. Knock on wood. I think that they're not putting as much effort into their evil deeds as they had been doing maybe 2 months ago. So we might get by with. I'm hoping no one will do too many awful things. But you have your opinion, and you're completely entitled to your opinion. And how could anyone listen to you talk, listen to how wonderful you are with with every topic, and even though you don't share their opinion, I don't understand how people can look at that and say, ooh, she's my enemy now. Not just that I don't approve of her opinion, she's actually my enemy now. Come on, guys, that's so silly. It's
Oh,
just
what you
so
cooking,
silly.
Crazy Mama? Hey, Pops. Thanks for
Crazy.
tuning in. What is Crazy Mama cooking?
Ooh.
Josh bamboozled me. I'm now 20%. He's fake. Don't be a twat. Hey. Now, did YouTube make you put that star there, or did you just do that?
I don't know.
I will own that. I have been completely disrespectful, but I don't get why people think I sound down right now. I was very kind, damn it.
No, you don't. You sound like you're tired. Maybe. I think.
Yeah, maybe. There's
Yeah.
that. I have been packing for days.
Yeah, exactly. And that's always tiring and it wears you down and I don't know. You
Thank
guys.
you, M. Aspen. It wasn't an insult. Oh, okay. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
DDC. I don't be a. Oh wait, don't be a twat. Love the name. Oh yeah, I saw Shan. Shan, I thought of you the other day because I saw somebody's name was Dingleberry. It made me laugh.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
leftovers
whatever.
again.
Well, now that family's been quiet lately, am I right?
Hey, South Carolina born. Good to see you. Yeah, I think with what happened, they've kind of had to.
Yeah, I think so. I think someone's advising them now who is a professional and
No,
advising them.
because the
No?
last live that avocado channels did was still saying that they do no, it was still very much Ruzic.
Ugh.
So yeah, that was just like 5 days ago too. So
Okay.
oh,
Must have missed that. Poor me. I don't know. They just need to they need to wrap their heads around doing good. And I think they're good people, the Rusek family, and I think they need to do good rather than dividing people who all care about their deceased family. That's my opinion, but I don't know.
you forgot to avocados were on that. That's awesome, Shan.
What happened?
She did a cult trivia and she put the avocados in there.
Oh God. I think that Kelly has been physically ill though. So I mean I feel bad for her in that sense, of
I do
course. I
not.
think she's
She gets what she gives.
no,
So I mean,
you're
nope,
right.
I
You're
don't.
right.
I've known lots of people that have been ill. And they don't act like assholes, and that's just the truth.
True. True.
I mean, people dying of cancer who have not acted like that. So, yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I don't like when people use like illnesses, unless it's like maybe a mental illness or somebody's like addicted to something, which even that doesn't typically fly with me, but I always say it's the drug, not the person. But I mean, she's not on
True.
drugs. Yeah, I've heard she's ill, but
Right.
I guess my point is that's no excuse, in my opinion, to be an asshole to people.
No.
I've been ill, I've been sick, I still go through things, and I'm only an asshole to people that deserve it.
No, me too. I've been very sick. Over the past 10 years, a couple things were wrong with me, but no, you don't be an asshole. If anything, you apologize for if you're acting a little odd to people. You just say, "I'm so sorry. I'm sick. I've got this or whatever," and you don't go in there and be. I mean, if anything, I think you'd be nicer to people because you realize your own mortality and realize that everybody is the same and we're all going to get sick. We're all going to die, and I don't know, but
Tanya just said asshole, guys.
yeah. Did I? Oh my gosh, I did.
Tammy Alicio, thank you. Welcome to the crazy train. Hey, Desiree, good to see you.
I always loved that name, Desiree, by the way.
Me too. I've told her that
Isn't
a
it
couple times.
beautiful?
It is pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you. Don't be a twat. I love the name Desiree. Don't be a twat.
I know. I don't know if I like that name, but that's okay.
Just say it one time, Tanya.
No, heck no. Asshole's good enough.
Wash your mouth out, Tanya. That's what they say.
I think I have to. Hold on, I'll go mute myself now.
Hey, Tiger Girl, Raquel. Okay, so you guys, I have been talking to somebody. Some of you guys know I've been talking to somebody, and she has shown me lots of proof. She is definitely in contact with Chris and has been in contact with Chris since back when Shanann worked at Children's Hospital. She actually knew both Shanann and Chris and the kids.
Right.
And I've seen the proof of this and everything. Some of you know, and some of you don't believe it, but that's okay. But I hope that some of you would know that I was like, hey, I need to see this, this, and this, and this, before even I would listen to her myself. So I've been talking to this person for a while now, and I have so much, I just don't know in really what order to do it. But I want to, would you guys want me to I could do it on this live even, or make a video of why Chris had told this person why Nicole Kessinger's phone had pinged that morning in Frederick? Or would you want it in a video, or do you want to know it live? I'm assuming live so you all can.
Yeah, do it live so we can all respond. And, hang our mouths open and shock and whatever. Live. Definitely live.
You want to know. Do it now, Cher. Okay, so let me send her a text just to make sure, because I kind of want her here, but I know she's working until like 7. So let me text her quick.
Tanya, is she the same lady who I've been talking to, or no?
I don't know. I could ask her. I was under the impression No.
I've told you the name of the lady I've been talking to for a while.
So
you'd remember. Yeah, not the same one.
Not the same person. And
got it.
This is a real person, because another channel has actually mentioned this person as well. And you can tell this person doesn't like this person for some reason that I'm talking to. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Callie Cat and Jenny, rather. You guys are so sweet. No.
Let me send a text to her quick. I'm going to mute. Tanya can chat away for a minute.
I will chat away. You bet I will. Go ahead and mute. Everyone come in, have a seat, and welcome to the Watch Shit Show. How funny, crazy mama. That is what it is. There's nothing more to say about the type of crime this was. It was such a mess. It was a SHIT show for sure. I said enough swear words already. Um, which is why we're all so fascinated by it. There are so many answers that lead to nowhere. There are so many truths that are obviously not true. There are so many off the wall theories that look like they could be true. But yeah, this is, someone called it Watts Island, and that's exactly what it is. Some kind of an uncharted island in the middle of nowhere that even Gilligan couldn't find, I think. So the Watts is going to happen. So what's going to happen next saga? Tell us the weather. I will tell you the weather. Today, hold on, let me check. I'm outside of Chicago, so I'm gonna have to look it up here. I have not been outside today. Yeah, the COVID thing. Today in Woodridge, the high is 27 degrees Fahrenheit and the low is 7 degrees. That's my town outside of Chicago. We live in a little suburb called Woodridge outside of Chicago. And it's going to be cold, but the snow actually stopped. I was going to go visit my mother today, but they're having snow in her area. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rhodey Lee. Is it Rhodey Lee? Rhodila? You know what I could do? Oh, I can't do it. Never mind. I was going to say I could drop the link if someone wants to come up here and join us. Were you in the document? Tish Brooklyn. Yes, I was in the documentary, the Dan Abrams documentary, Barry with Love. I look like a potato in the documentary, so I don't like to refer people to that. Talk about the worst camera angle. And the camera people were awesome. I said, please don't take this photo from below my chin. She said, oh, don't worry, it'll be beautiful. I said, please don't. Everything I asked them to do, so yeah, I was in a documentary and I loved doing it. But I do not like the way I looked. I mean, oh heavens, it was awful. You're supposed to get snow tonight. Yeah, we had snow the past couple of days, and today we don't. You make a good presenter like most authors do. Oh, thank you, Callie. You're so sweet. I used to do the Inland Empire TV news in Southern California in the Inland Empire. Actually, I was a nightly business girl, and I did a weekly restaurant review, and then I worked on another news magazine TV show called, oh God, Southern California Business Focus, I think. And so yeah, I've done a bunch. Callie, it's called Buried with Love, and it's on Tubi right now. I don't know if it's on Netflix yet, but I know it's on Tubi. And close your eyes when you hear my voice, because otherwise you'll have to look at the potato for a few seconds while I'm talking. Oh dear.
Okay.
But yeah, I did their
Hey,
share.
E&A Mom. I seen a couple other people in here. Tish Brooklyn. Okay, so grab a snack, grab a friend, grab your mom. I will tell you what Chris told a friend why her phone pinged in Frederick.
Thank you, Tish. You're so sweet.
Ooh, she's writing a children's book. Do you have advice, Tanya?
Children's books are very, very, very difficult to get a proper publisher for. Unfortunately, it's not impossible, but the market is currently flooded with children's books. If you want a kind who specifically does children's books, that's probably your best bet, is to propose it to an agent first. And I believe with children's books proposals to agents, you need to lay out the entire book, the illustrations and all that. Just start Googling agents in your area, or even, I did them in New York. I got a New York agent. It was pretty quick for me, but I had a different sort of book. But yeah, children's books are hard to break into, but it can be done, obviously. And it depends on what age. If you're looking at children's illustrated books for younger children, that's a little bit more difficult than getting them, hitting the middle grades type of thing. But yeah, start looking for agents that do take your type of literature. and that's the best place to start. I don't know any children's book publishers right now. So yeah, again, it can be done. Aw, thanks, Kelly. Yeah, if you don't find it,
Okay,
no
you
great
guys.
loss.
So, and I have to say what I'm going to say, like, I could actually see this being a legit excuse, and we all know I don't support NK whatsoever, but it does kind of make sense. And I know I've texted you about it, Tanya, which, I mean, yeah, it does. I could see it being this. However, I'll admit it. Like, I just want to see NK in trouble for, if nothing else, at least planting the ideas in Christopher's head. Like, I at least want to see that. So I don't know if that's why I'm so
Right.
like hung up on NK. I don't know, but I mean, I will be fair. I could honestly see this reason being legit. So Tanya, it does kind of go along with, you think that she was very stalkerish and she was always checking up
Right.
on him
I
and
do.
that. And so does this person that I talked to. She thinks that way as well. And there's letters to her where Chris would say yes, she would sneak over there and go through the basement.
Right.
As well as she had the pin code to the house. So
weird. Yeah.
the morning of, Shanann was supposed to have a doctor's appointment. So Shanann was not supposed to be there. Now, this is not something that I full on believe, but if I could see this being true, I'll just say that, okay? But Chris had
Right.
purchased a special crystal for NK. We all know about that, right? And she wanted this
Right.
specific stone or crystal that she was into to kind of complete some set that she had. Now, according to what Chris wrote this friend, is that her phone pinged that morning because Chris had told her where to go and pick up the stone, where the stone was. It's there. And I guess that morning she was real like, I want that stone. Like, where is it? Did that stone come in yet? I want that stone. And had decided, I guess Chris had said, yeah, it's here, whatever. So apparently she was there, and she would park at the back of the house sometimes to sneak into the house. So I'd asked this person, well, why would she be daring enough to do that if Shanann was going to be home? And, you know, instantly, well, Shanann was supposed to be at a doctor's appointment.
Right.
Yes. So I apparently thought the coast was clear. Now, I'm not sure I believe that it is a good cover up, but you know, if that was true, I would think, wouldn't they, police department or anybody, at least put those text messages out then? Because that would like help people see that she's more innocent than, you know, anything. Okay, maybe she did go there. So then I started thinking, well, what if Chris did do all of this? Did he try to maybe set NK up to take the fall by sending her there to go pick up that crystal after he just killed his family? Was he hoping maybe she would take the fall for him? Maybe he wanted it's a crazy mistress that was bipolar and always stalking and checking up on me, and she was crazy. So a part of me does wonder, maybe was that going to be part of his cover up? And was he planning on having NK take the fall and sending her there to go get the crystal after he just killed his family? Or why wouldn't he say, like, hey, I'll bring it to work or something like that, you know?
Yeah, something like that. Why wouldn't he?
Yes, it was super early in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what, 6:15?
No. So Jen Lu, yeah, I believe she thought that Shanann would be at the doctor's office. Or for all we know, she was sneaking in. Maybe she thought Shanann would be sleeping.
Though.
Yeah, maybe it was too early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and why wouldn't he?
That day, that's why I wonder. Yeah.
Unless Chris knew that everyone would be dead and gone by that time, so he was trying to show her that he's willing to just let her into the house whenever, with her thinking they were all still alive, which would give him brownie points with Nicole. At the same time, I mean, he knew that they'd be gone by then, so that would even show more premeditation, in my opinion. I don't know.
Her phone, yeah, her phone did ping early, so that's a good one. I'm actually, yes, I will bring that up. But it, it still kind of does make sense. If like, yeah, I guess if Tanya, if he was trying to be like, yeah, see, like my family's on, I just still don't believe he thought he was gonna go off and live a happy life with his
Yeah.
mistress. I still just don't believe that. But maybe
Yeah.
if he was to tell her, and see, it makes me sick to even try and defend her in any way, but I'm just trying to think outside the box as usual. What if he told Nikki that Shanann's plane was delayed? And what if Nikki was like, well, isn't your wife home or whatever? Or can I go get the stone or whatever?
Oh.
And maybe Chris was like, yeah, her plane was delayed or something. Or I don't know. It could be anything really. But like I said, that's just what he said to this person.
It
It
could
doesn't
be.
mean
But then
that
where
it's
are the
the truth.
children? Right.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But then I'm wondering where the children would have been, unless he said, well, he took, because daycare centers, or preschools typically open at 6 or 6:30. So that could have been, yeah, Shanann's gone at 6 a.m. to drop the kids off at daycare. So maybe, yeah.
Were they in daycare?
They were in preschool, which is typically
Yeah.
daycare too. And they
Tish, I
usually
do
open 6 or
believe that she
6:30.
was, I do believe she was in some way, yes, I do believe she was a part of them. Yeah, exactly why, because she broke her SIM card, deleted everything on her phone. Yeah, and she was lying. If you are not a guilty person, you don't need to lie. Amber Frey, for instance, didn't need to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have been that it was, yeah, it was going to be their first day at school. So that is actually still kind of early. So that is a good question, you guys. So see, a good reason to say this stuff live, because then I know what the questions are to bring back.
Sure. And no, I think, no, guys, I don't know if you know my theory or not, but I have a very unpopular
She
theory
broke through
that
the basement
NK had
window
nothing to do
jammer.
with the murders. So I don't believe in her guilt. I believe in her stupidity and being kind of a jerk, but I don't think she had anything to do with the murders or the cover up. But that's, again, my theory, and it's very unpopular, and that's fine.
No, I don't think it's very unpopular. I mean, I think this is so broken in like a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yes, there's a lot of evidence to show, well, Chris Watts did it, but at the same time, in my head, I don't have enough evidence to show that he did it. I know it sounds crazy, but it's
Right.
just how I
Not really, no.
see it.
Yeah. Tiger girl, you're right. Guilty people do hide. Innocent people defend themselves. So I guess a case can be made that NK, jumped right in there. Oh, thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that you still like me. I still like you too. But I think that NK jumped in there and offered her assistance, as she called it, or whatever, to the police fairly early before they could get to her. So I don't know. She is stalkerish. I think she was stalking them. I think she was a very strange bird. I don't think she was your regular everyday lady that you want to be friends with or want to start a relationship with. But I don't think she was a killer.
Yeah. Hi, Ninishir. Hey, Crime Curious. Hey, Diggler. Finding Hope. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just what was said, and we all know he lies. So,
Right.
I just thought it was very interesting because it kind of does, but other than the time, unless there's something that did Shanann do every morning around that time, or who knows, did Chris say a lie to her to go pick up the stone? Like, yeah, she left with a friend or something, so she's not home, or she got in late last night, so she's not home yet. Just when I heard that, for some reason, I did wonder, was he maybe trying to set her up to take the fall then? But again, Chris lies so much.
But then that sort of takes away the motive for why he would kill his family, unless he's just completely insane and just felt like going on a killing spree. Presumably the motive was to be with NK. And he's just dumb
Yeah, I
enough
don't
to think
think
that
I
if he
believe
killed
that.
his family, he could be with her. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
Tiff, you will become a member. You have to do it on your computer. Thank you
aw,
so much. Very sweet of you.
that's sweetie.
Terry Walls. I often wonder that also, or even if it was with his own hands, I do wonder, was somebody holding his hands on her? Like, I do wonder that also. At this point, I've said nothing would really surprise me if I I just wish they would have done a lie detector on NK as well. I don't She should have been a suspect, not a witness. The murderer lived with you for 6 weeks up to the murders. The murders wouldn't have happened if
Right,
they didn't meet. I just, why was the ball dropped so bad? He was
right.
in lust with her, exactly.
But I think that, maybe perhaps the law enforcement had the Amber Fry mindset that, oh, this poor girl is just another victim, and um just, I don't know. I don't know. They did not treat her as a suspect. And why? Doing it we could find out what their discovery showed about her whereabouts. What time was she at work? What time was she spotted at work? Where her phone pinged at, let's say, 8 a.m. Was she actually in her office? Did anyone have lunch with her at the office? What did the CCTV from Anadarko show her coming in or leaving or whatever? And they're protecting that information, but I'm certain they established an alibi for her. They would have to have. And why is it not public? I think if they made any of those details public, she'd be exonerated, but yet they're not going to do it. It's really mind boggling.
Hold on again. I'll try and find the link for the numbers thing, you guys.
I'm alone again. And you deleted everything super suspicious. I agree, but again, what my thoughts have always been about that is that she looked at her text messages, and I think she wasn't a stupid person. I don't think she was unintelligent necessarily. I think she looked at everything she was seeing and assumed, oh my gosh, Chris killed his family, and here I am, the secret mistress. I am going to be screwed. I look like I'm as guilty as he is. Let me go back through my text messages and get rid of anything that looked incriminating. And she may have very well said in text messages, I can't wait until you're rid of her. And when are you going to dump the family? And, things that would be so incriminating to the naked eye, to someone who didn't know necessarily what context. And maybe she felt very, very guilty for giving him ultimatums about getting rid of his family. And, your family or me, you decide. Dump your family or dump me. So I think that's why she deleted everything, because it looked as if she was guilty. And she probably, in my opinion, wasn't guilty of anything except being stupid. But Why did she tell Charlotte to delete all the Mama Bear? I think again there were a lot of incriminating messages to even Charlotte saying, I cannot wait until this man wakes up and gets rid of that family. That's what I think. I think that she sent, she shot incriminating messages everywhere, not necessarily meaning murder your family. She probably was thinking get separated from your wife and see your kids every other weekend and then we could be a thing. But I don't know. None of us have seen those messages, so we don't know.
I'm not sure if the link worked, you guys, but I did try to pin a link that's for the memberships.
Let me look. Hold on.
Hey, Rabbit. Yeah, you agree with what she's saying? Rabbit.
What's he agreeing with?
Yeah,
I
think
like
he's
Rabbit.
agreeing with you. Yeah.
Oh, yay, thank you.
Oh, that's the channel link? Oh, my bad.
What did you do? What did you do?
I don't know, you guys. Darn it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
If anyone wants to come here and chat about it.
Yeah, I was telling them we might, open it up.
No, this is the join. It says join link on there. It should be. I don't know.
You open it. Hold on. What's it opening to? Okay, that is the join link that you just put up in chat. That is correct.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think I just joined. I did. Yay! I don't think I have a join link. I don't think I have the join thing on mine.
You have to set it up.
Yeah, I will. I will.
That would be awesome. I want Megan J to monetize her channel. She should at least do the memberships. Let us
definitely.
decide, Megan.
Yeah, definitely she should. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she hasn't already.
Terry, if I'm being honest, she doesn't believe that he did the children at least. She questions everything. She says it's not the Chris that she knew, and she doesn't. But then there's been a couple times, if I'm being completely honest, where she's like, I don't know, like maybe, like sometimes I think, what if he did it all? So she goes back and forth in her own head as well, but she does always settle back, and she just can't see him at least hurting not the children. Crimezilla, thank you. She did bounce around. Yeah, I do think she's guilty as guilty can be.
She would have spoken out.
Carrie, what made you, was it the documentary that got you into it? Chris is guilty, but I don't think he killed anyone. Yeah, that's something I say, where he's guilty of not stopping this. If it was something that people put in his head, he should have stopped it. Or like I say, if someone was going to come kill my wife and children, I wouldn't be covering it up. They would also have to kill me too. So people would damn well know it wasn't me that killed the family, because I'm also not leaving that house alive, because I'm not going along with any plan at all that's killing my children.
No, of course not. But he was very gullible, or was he? I don't see. Again, the mask, the fake Chris that we saw, that everyone saw, would not have done something like that, even though he was gullible. I think he would have had emotions, at least towards the children, to not let it go through. But did anyone ever know the real Chris? If we assume he's a covert narcissist, no one really knew him, and the real him would be the killer. So I don't know.
Right, exactly. And he's the father, right? Well, I'm thinking how I can save my kids. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But another thing no one brings up also is the gunshots, and I always wonder, about that was somebody forcing Chris to go along with it and like shooting or something to scare, or were they all like led out of the house and shooting to scare Shanann, like, or I don't know. Like I just, the gunshots don't get talked about nearly enough. Thank you, Tish. Welcome.
Aw. It is so nice to see everybody joining your channel. Everybody loves Cher.
Not everybody.
All the good people do. I love when people say damn Skippy. I haven't heard that in a long time.
And yeah, another thing that this person says is that you guys, I started looking in, one video I'm going to work on is a bunch of people that have done Thrive, because it got me thinking when Nikki had told me that Shanann wasn't always bossy and controlling and irritable like that. It's almost like she changed too. And when she says it, I wonder, maybe did Thrive change both of them? I mean, Chris was double patching it and doing the shakes and who knows what else he was doing. And yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I just question.
And regarding Thrive, I was trying to read up on it a little bit the other day, and literally, and maybe it's just me, I can't get a straight answer about ingredients. I don't know. Does anyone know who's done Thrive? I know Robbie's somewhere. He's not here today though. But do Thrive products contain ephedra? And that's really important because they've banned that stuff. Yeah, they've banned that stuff, but it is exactly like a prescription diet pill stuff, which is speed, essentially.
Welcome to the
I
crazy
tried them once
train,
from my doctor years and years ago. Uh-huh. Yeah, welcome. But I think that if it did contain that product, that is like a bad drug, literally. And again, I couldn't find anything a straight answer. I think at some point they say proprietary blend of whatever, but the blend is not listed. But if it can, I think that's the only item on the market that is something like a not prescription speed, but like like an actual drug, which would be ephedra. Does anyone know? Has anyone ever heard about that? Because if he was on that basically a medication that would be prescribed for weight loss, I tried it for like 2 days years ago, a prescription through my doctor. I thought I was going to die. No sleep at all. I didn't, I couldn't breathe. My heart was going crazy. You feel like you're literally losing your mind. And I told my doctor, no, that I'll just go ahead and do my own thing. I'm not going to deal with that kind of, medication. How awful. But if it did have ephedra in it, it's exactly the same, mix or whatever that the doctors used to hand out, whatever, 20 years ago. And again, if he was taking this kind of a product, he would be nuts. I mean, completely out of his mind. What do you think, Sheriff? There's actually something awful. I mean, not something illegal, but something in Laval or Thrive or whatever you want to call it that would cause him to stay up all night, never get rest.
Definitely overloaded with
start having
caffeine,
crazy
right?
thoughts when the
Yeah,
medicine
there's a
wears
lot
off.
of caffeine in them for sure.
Even caffeine, yeah.
And
I know
here's
there's
the thing,
caffeine,
I
but
was
what
reading
I'm wondering is
reviews.
about the ephedra.
I was reading a lot of reviews were saying that it was messing with people's sleep, and some of them said that they were getting irritable on it. And of course, if it's messing with your sleep and it's full of caffeine and you're not sleeping for days at a time, one lady said something like 3 days.
Wow.
That is going to mess with you. And then you're working out in the hot sun. right? So yeah, I do think, and remember he was doubling up on it, and then all the shakes and then the bars and oh
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that
yeah,
like I said, I
Dave
had an
Robbie even
experience.
said he had to take breaks from it because it was messing with
Okay.
his sleep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he has said that because he's trying to get off his caffeine and everything else, but I think he does do caffeine now. But Robbie is very careful about what he puts into his body because he knows the effects that everything has. You know, because he was an alcoholic, he doesn't want to be stimulated or whatever in such a way that he loses control a bit, and that's why he takes the breaks, I think. But sleep deprived and thrive product could have played a picture. And again, like I said, that I hear that's why they don't. What is it? I heard that they don't list what's in it. Right. Again, Tanya, I had a hard time finding what exactly was in Thrive. Ephedrine is banned, has been since the early 2000s, possibly had. No, it's not banned. Let me tell you this. My kids, oh gosh, like 6 months ago, went and got those little energy shots, and they got like two different kinds, and every once in a while I'll take one because the B12 is awesome and the B vitamin is awesome. It does give you a nice little lift for the day. But one brand they bought had ephedrine in it, and it was clearly stated that it has ephedrine in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys stay away from these. And so they still do market it. They just cannot market it as a weight loss supplement, which is, you know, again, why I looked that up at that time when
Hey,
they brought home their
Colleen.
little energy shots. So, you know, I don't know. It could probably be marketed again as a boost of energy or something like that, but it can't be given as a diet, as a weight loss supplement because of the danger. Um, yeah, green coffee bean extracts is essentially caffeine. Yeah, no, I know there's a lot of caffeine in the Thrive, but what if there's something else? And I don't want to be sued by Thrive. You know, it might be very healthy and very fine, but I just don't know. Then having sex, yeah, and the new relationship
Yeah.
too, right? Yeah, sleep deprivation, you lose your mind, and I've got insomnia.
Hmm.
So I know that if you go without sleeping, you start to become extremely paranoid, almost in a schizophrenic type of way, or whatever you want to call it. Um
Oh, Ronnie has
so that you
told
think that everything
told
bad
us
is going to
that.
happen, your world is crashing if you don't get sleep. What?
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say Ronnie has told Kim and us that Chris would fall asleep like talking and like doze off a lot and be like really
Yeah.
forgetful. And to me, that would all align with sleep deprivation as well. That
Yeah.
yeah, he would be on the phone and kind of just like keep dozing off. Like he was very sleep deprived.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's been
Well,
banned
of
here
course he was.
too.
Yeah. No, I think it's not
Mhm.
banned
Yeah,
here.
but you can still
Or
buy it online, you guys. That's the thing. He could, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess it's not in the patches, but I know you can buy ephedrine online because one of my friends did it after it was banned here in Minnesota as well.
yeah, Into the Woods. That's so odd. This was like 6 months ago that the kids bought these little energy shots from a gas station, and it had clearly on the front of the package that it contained ephedra. And that shocked me because I thought that stuff had been banned for years and years and years. And you know, I can Google it right now actually while we're all talking. Because it's still allowed in supplements. Hold on. In the USA. Okay, so while hold on. Oh no, I guess now. Look at that. It's also in the use of ephedra, even for these purposes, is strictly regulated. Products. There are many sports supplements marketed as containing safe ephedra extracts. In a great many cases, however, they are made with other plant-based substances such as whatever, and contain no ephedra at all. The one ephedrine containing product that can be legally sold over the counter is the Chinese herbal medication known as Ma Huang. It is the raw natural tea made from E. equisatina or E. sinica. A legislative loophole allows the tea to be sold without restriction so long as it is not marketed as an appetite suppressant. That's what it is. So if you don't market it as an appetite suppressant, it's allowed to be added to products, which is weird.
Yeah,
That's very weird.
Dietary supplements containing ephedra are illegal in the United States. Yes.
Right, but again, okay, let me do this. I'm gonna look up one more thing here. It's an energy shot. I don't know what brand though. Energy drink. Here we go. Rhino Rush Ephedra powered energy shots. Rhino Rush has created the first and only energy shot with ephedra extract. It is different than any other product on the market. This 2-ounce shot is powered by 30 milligrams of ephedra extract with 0 carbs and very little sugar. And this is online. But you know what, though? It says that it is out of stock. So perhaps since I encountered that stuff about 6 months ago, I'm wondering if they took it off the market. I don't know. Very weird.
Right.
Very weird.
But yeah, that would, I mean, if you look at him too, like I said, I believe he was either really messed up on some kind of drugs, or even in the pictures there where he's getting the pictures done in the with the detectives, his eyes and face, he's just out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it could be shock too. It could be that he was completely shocked by what happened, even though he didn't feel remorse.
yeah.
But I don't think so. He does look out of it, really.
Yeah, like sleep deprived for days almost, like ready to crash.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was kept awake the night before by ghosts turning on the lights.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy.
Yeah.
Kathy in-law. Kathy in-law. I like it.
I have a box in my hand right now, box of Thrive.
Why would what make you stay awake?
What would
The patch, it could just be
I mean,
caffeine.
even if it's just caffeine,
Yeah.
it's gonna make you stay awake.
And it's a lot of caffeine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's why they don't want you to drink coffee with your Thrive.
really, Laura? Would love you to hop up here.
Ooh, Laura, get up here. I love the name Laura too. I almost named my daughter that.
Do you think they were killed in the home? I
think Shanann was.
I think Shanann was unsure about the girls, but I just think the dogs didn't hit on anyone, because I do think if Shanann was killed in there, like I said, he does technically have at least an hour to get her out of the house before the death scent, like your blood has to change before, before it's that death smell that the dogs pick up on. And my research, which was done with several dogs over like 5 years and 100 different ways or something, I'll find that link because it's a very good research that they did. And the average, it took about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours before the dogs picked up on the death scent. Now, very little can dogs pick up on it within half an hour of somebody dying. That's like 1% or something like that. So
Right.
yeah, about if he killed her and had her out in an hour, it's possible, very
The dogs will not
possible,
piss.
that the
Yeah, right.
dogs would not hit. It's very possible the dogs wouldn't hit if he had him taken out in under 2 hours, and that's a lot of time.
It is. Yeah, I think he got her out of there in about 15 minutes. I don't think it was anywhere approaching hours. I mean, unless it occurred earlier, and I don't think so. I think he allowed her to go to sleep, and that's why she didn't fight.
Hey, Ro. Perfect end to a long day. Pour yourself a glass of wine.
Oh, hi, Roro. Yeah, I think he did clean the night before the interview.
Yeah, it could be Megan, but I actually looked up reviews on the patch and I was actually shocked at the amount of people who said no way. And not only was it keeping them up for days at a time and leaving nasty rashes, but it was also giving people very bad like stomach aches and bloated stomach. Like it was, didn't sound good. Some people posted pictures, and yeah, the amount of people that said it really left them feeling like hung over because of sleep deprivation. I was unaware it would be that common, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, the rashes, yeah. Yeah. Very possible. I think anything at this point is possible in this case, only because there's so many. Oh, here's Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Thanks for coming up here.
Hey, no problem. This whole thing has me twisted.
Hello.
This is just unbelievable. I actually just popped on your live. I was watching something else and I was like, oh, I need to watch something different. And I saw you were live. But yeah, this is so ironic too to this case. I when I promoted for I'm in Massachusetts and I got roped in by a bunch of girls that I went to high school with that were at the top. Same thing, drove Lexuses, all paid for by Lavelle. Just trying to rope another innocent bystander in, as I like to say it. Um, you know, I knew nothing about it. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Um, but the thing with me is I am a recovering alcoholic. And I was, at that time, I was 14, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was about 5 years sober. And I was going through some serious back issues, which resulted in me needing emergency surgery. And prior to that, I was put on oxys. So,
Oh no.
yes, which this is why this whole thing like blew my mind with Shanann and the whole Watts thing and all of that, because I had been on a million calls with her because she was a leader.
Right.
And would have to dial in and listen to like all the, this is how you sales pitch, this is how you do this, that. But what everybody didn't know, because I kept it a secret, was that I was abusing my pain medication. And everybody saw it
Oh
as
no.
Thrive was working great for Laura. I had all this energy. I had like I just have a very, unfortunately, I have a very I guess a tolerance for, drugs and alcohol. I'm in recovery now to this day. Thank God that was a short-lived thing. But I did, when I went in for back surgery, I didn't want to let that facade down with my like with anybody around me, my ex-husband. I didn't want anybody to know that I was on all this pain medication. And so I brought the whole Thrive kit and caboodle to my back surgeon's office prior to my surgery. And I said, can I continue taking this through the surgery, or will it interfere with medications? And he approved it. So there, I mean, I have pictures of me like pointing to that stupid friggin' patch on my body while I'm in the hospital, like 3 hours post-op major
Wow.
back surgery. Yeah. So when I heard like that, the speculation of Chris giving her the oxy, 80 milligrams, I will say that's what I was prescribed post-op, was 80 milligrams of oxy, because it was time released. And that's what I was sent home with. I was sent home with copious amounts of drugs that were technically really needed, but I
Right.
don't know, Thrive didn't do shit. Sorry, pardon my French. It did nothing. It didn't, I mean, for me, but I don't know if that was because of the amount of pain medication I was on. But I will say I wasn't one to jump out of bed and like take pills before I had the surgery. So I would do, the steps of like, take your 3 vitamins before your feet hit the floor. 20 minutes later, drink the drink. 20 minutes later, stick your patch on and go for the day. Never once did I have any mental clarity. I didn't have any of that BS that Thrive claims to give you. I had none of it. I'm a very small person to begin with, so like the whole weight thing wasn't a thing for me. I saw no results. I saw none of it, and I certainly didn't make any money out of it. But it's like the whole thing twists in my brain when I hear like that he gave her oxy. Like, I don't know if she had just had a surgery too. Like, that was, I think didn't her brother say the surgery was just a few like months, 5 or 6 months? I actually just
I think so. Yeah.
watched something today that somebody was going through the Discovery, and they had like an audio recording that she had had her neck surgery like 5 or 6 months prior to them going to North Carolina, and her falling very, very ill the first day Chris got there. And
Right.
it was, it was, what did they say? Like, I'm losing my word here. Like, it was, I guess, speculated that he gave it to her the first day that he arrived in hopes of her, God, I don't even want to say it, miscarrying, because I can't even imagine as a mom. But, you know, all of her symptoms point towards 80 milligrams of oxy after you
Right.
lose your tolerance of not being on it for 5 or 6 months. I mean, your tolerance is gone. And especially if you no longer have actual pain in that site. Narcotics are used to go, and
Right.
you can't abuse them if you have real pain. They go to the pain and they help the pain.
Correct.
It's not one of those things like, if you don't have pain, yes, then you're gonna feel an effect from them of, like dizziness, nausea, itching,
So I had a
everything she
different,
complained of.
of course, I think differently, because so I also had multiple surgeries, and for years was handed handfuls of pills because I
Right.
never smoked cigarettes and everything. So I didn't really try like marijuana for pain and stuff, but I
Yep.
had serious pain. Um, I don't feel as though, looking back on it now, that pain medication actually helped my pain, because I still had pain, but it's more like it just made me have a fuzzy, like feel high, but I still had the pain. I just didn't
yes,
care about
like
the
it
pain. I
masked
guess,
it.
does that
Wow.
make sense? I just didn't care about the
Yeah.
pain because I was messed up.
Yeah, because you were messed up, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in that, I can see, I can totally
And
see.
that's my experience anyway.
Yeah, I can see that though.
Right. And
I
for
can
me,
see that.
Advil always worked
And
better.
oh yes, yes. I mean, even just for me, I mean, what, a month ago, I had a tooth extracted, and they had to put me under to do it, and I was like terrified. Before they put me under, I was like, no narcotics, no narcotics. Like I just kept saying it. Like I'm in
Yeah.
recovery. Like no, 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 no. If I wake up and like you've given me something, I am like I'm dead. You guys have no idea. I'm off and running, hitting the streets again. And I
Yeah.
cannot afford to do that. I have way too many years invested in this recovery this time around. Like, no, 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 no way.
Sure.
But you know, I do know what you're saying. That like it just made you not care about the pain, because I've heard a lot of people say that about certain narcotics. And I think that's why there's so many different, like, you know, there's so many. I mean, at the time that I was going through it, doctors were handing them out like Tic Tacs. Now, I mean, you can't get a doctor to write you a
Oh.
5 milligram Percocet anymore. You know what I mean? Like times have changed, but
Sure.
so has the war on drugs. You know, so
Right.
it's kind of goes with the times. But yeah, the whole MLM thing and the whole Thrive thing. I mean, I don't know. I think it was a facade, but that was coming, you know, that's coming from somebody that had a clouded mind at the time. And I thought, oh, well, this is great. You know, I'm going to be able to make some money here sitting at my home. And, you know, I only have to listen to these leader calls, you know, when I feel like it, you know, and it's like, oh, well, you can go on all these extravagant vacations and this and that. That is no. I mean, I do believe Shanann worked very hard to get to the top, because it's not easy.
Sure.
But you have to have a very large downline to get to
Correct.
that
Right.
point. You know, it's got to be like hundreds of people have to be buying from you for you to earn those bonuses. And that's just the way I believe I mean, I'm not professional in any of that, but I believe that's how all MLMs are, you know.
Oh, I believe so.
But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I did just come in like into the middle of that, and I was listening, you know, to you guys reading off about Thrive, and I'm like, oh yeah, I took it and promoted it, but with a very clouded head. You do know, this is how twisted like that whole Thrive community is. In my area, the girls that I got in with, now, if you can believe this, and this is on the air I'm breathing in right now. Do you know the girls that roped me in at one of our local events made me get up and be the guest speaker, knowing that I was under the influence after post op? I still had my back brace on,
Oh
right?
no.
And had me say how wonderful Thrive was and how great I felt, and how like basically made me lie, stand up in front of about 200 people and lie. And I'm like, guys, like I only
Wow.
came to the event because, yeah, yep, all because they needed to rope. I call it rope people in. They needed to
Sure.
sell this product. Yes, yes. And I don't want to
Wow.
mention, you know, the owner's name, but he's, you know, I actually was just watching an old thing came up on one of my Facebook memories, and it was him, the owner of the company, and I'm like, oh, you like slimy little, you know, like
Oh
I
boy.
just, you know, it's all of it, all of it. I don't, you know, but that's not what this is really about. It all boils down to what actually happened, you know.
Exactly.
That's just a question that it's going to haunt everybody until
Until
some
forever.
until
Yeah.
forever, because you can't believe we all want to say the one person that knows the real truth, but I personally think there's a minimum of 3 people that know the real truth, a minimum.
Nicole, really quick, it's funny that you say that because Shanann also sold LuLaRoe, I believe it's called
Yeah, LuLaRoe.
LuLaRoe.
Right.
Now, I I have a fascination with the Sister Wives shows. So I always,
Yeah,
I
me
used to
too.
always joke that I'm like third wife material. But I always thought like, hey, that might be not be too bad. So I got hooked on them shows, and let me tell you, I definitely know it's like a cult thing. And on the one that I would watch, all of those women sold LuLaRoe. And instantly that went in my mind with Shanann, like, holy shit, like maybe she was a part of some cultish thing because LuLaRoe is, if you do your research, it's actually tied to cult women selling it. It is. And hey,
Yes,
It
Emily,
is.
hey,
yeah.
Mama. And so I always thought that was super interesting that she sold that. And it did make me wonder about Thrive. And yes, in my own research of even Thrive, it's kind of the same pure, it's very schemy to me. They'll trick people into automatic redelivering of the product even after people cancel. And it's,
Right.
yeah, it's very much set up for them to get their money and everything. But yeah, I always thought it was super interesting. And if you look back, Shanann's clothes were always very modest, like unless she was like in her swimsuit, but even her bikinis were fairly modest,
Right.
more than like what I would wear. But yeah, that
Right.
always stood out to me anyways. Hey, Tracy.
I'll be right back, girls. One second.
I would have to classify it as a cultish like thing myself. It just never sat well with me, and like
Dorothy, hey. Yeah, very interesting. And so when you, you got, there's like a commission you get for selling it, right?
yeah.
And were you ever
I'll tell you
invited like
what.
on these trips or?
Nope, never did any of it. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I never made $1. I
Okay.
never got $1. Nothing.
So I've heard that. I've heard that Shanann actually was losing money by selling.
Well, she
that.
was, yeah, because she kept her supply. Like they started. I mean, now currently they have things that were not there. When I was doing it, it was pretty new, and it was literally there was 3 items. It was the vitamins you take right when you wake up. 20 minutes later, you drank a drink, a drink, and it was disgusting. I mean, there was a lot of people that liked it, but it was like vanilla flavored, whatever. You mix it with water or milk, it didn't matter, and then you put the patch on for the day. And then you spent your day on Facebook and you took selfies of yourself. I'm not joking. I did this too. I can send you pictures of me if I go back on my Facebook pictures, like pointing to your little Thrive sticker stuck wherever you stuck it that day. And, basically like hyping it all up. I'm actually like, now I'm saying this out loud to like the public, to like the world. I'm embarrassed that I even ever had a part of this, but she did well. I mean, she did do well. However, maybe that's something that can be argued with, because maybe she wasn't doing so well if they were in all this debt. And she used a lot of her funds, I believe, to re-up and buy all the latest and newest products that the line came out with, and trying to promote those. From what I've seen, I mean, I've been watching this and following this forever now, and I'm like, what? Thrive has that now, and Thrive has that. And so, watching some of her live, her Facebook lives and whatnot, I'm like, what is that? What is the burn? Like, and I believe that's what Chris ended up on, wasn't it? Thrive Burn. I remember seeing that in someone's video very recently. That was the product that he was taking at the time.
Yeah, it's great. I've asked Robbie a few questions. I know Dr. B and her sister tried it when they went to Colorado, and they said even after the one day, just like one day of doing it, their bodies was already telling them when it was time for the next step. So it seemed like it was almost highly addictive right from the bat, at least for them, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to ask Dr. B again. So
It could be. I mean, I brought it to my primary care doctor, and I did bring it to my, like I said, my back surgeon. I gave him everything, and I said, "Is there anything in here that would interfere, or should I not be taking this coming up on like with my primary care?" I especially was seeing him frequently before I had my set surgery date, and they both said like, no, like there's nothing in this, nothing in it that's gonna hurt you or do anything really. I mean, it's nothing but a bunch of vitamins. And I said, what about the patch? And because that's where like supposedly all the energy came from. And they claim my doctors claimed like, no, you're safe. I mean, there's nothing in here that could actually hurt you. But again, it just, I think it's a matter of the person too, your mindset, your, I guess maybe your ambition. You've got to kind of almost, I'd like to say like almost brainwash yourself into believing it, in order to sell it well enough to make profit, you know? But like I didn't like go around claiming to like, clean my house in 3 hours, top to bottom, all 3 floors. And, I didn't, I don't know. I didn't claim to be like super mom and like go on all these play dates. And I wasn't, I couldn't be fake about it. And I guess
Right.
that's where it just like fell apart for me. I was like, no, this is not going to work. I can't. I'm way too outspoken, and if somebody asked me my opinion on it, I would tell you now. Unfortunately, at the time, I was going through a ton of stuff. I was in severe pain, and actually, that is why my friends roped me in. They had me convinced that I would not need back surgery. Thrive would take care of it.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, and if I told you, my back is held together right now with a cage and 4 metal screws.
oh,
Like
Dear.
I needed
my
back
God.
surgery. I had such bad sciatica. I was couch bound for 30 days
Brandy
prior.
Lynn, thank you so much for joining the crazy train. And yes, I will get to your emails, hon. I took a break from a lot of people. I mean, I wasn't even talking to Tanya. I was talking to only one
Yeah.
person. So I will get to them. I've started responding yesterday to people. And I have I got a lot, but I am getting to them. I'm sorry.
Aw. Yeah, we've
I
all been
did.
crazy busy.
5 new members today. You guys are awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's great.
And I know you're all as crazy as me, so I love it.
Oh, how funny.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sitting here scratching my head as we speak. I just can't wrap my head around any of it. Any of it. It just, I don't know. It's very unsettling still to this day.
Yeah,
There's Miss Cindy. Yeah, I did notice that. Think for yourself that after the terrible tragedy, a lot of the people who were interviewed did have their patches on in plain
Oh, Cindy
view.
Dorosset. She's at the very
yeah.
top. She's right below pretty much whatever. I don't even care. Paul Gravette, the owner.
Right.
Cindy Dorosset, she's way up there. I think she's actually still on my Facebook friends list. I don't go on Facebook often anymore, so I don't
either.
I don't like look. But yeah. She was actually the one that would be on the calls with Shanann and oh gosh, there was a bunch of them. Sam Paisley and all of them. That whole group that she was in Arizona with the weekend before. It's mind blowing. I have a friend that lives in Arizona that she's the one that got the group here. I'm in Massachusetts, and she's the one that I went to high school with that got the whole. It must be
Sure.
it must be something that started out that way in Arizona-ish, that area, because nobody around here had ever heard of Thrive before until like anybody that I knew, until my friend that I went to high school with. She lives in Arizona now, and she's the one that like kind of got all the girls that I was friends with here still into it. And to my knowledge, they're all still doing it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I bailed a while ago. Wasn't for me.
Right, right.
Was not for me.
Yeah, I don't think I could buy into any of the supplements that would help you be healthy. They're like I said, like the B12, and there's certain vitamins that I take, potassium, that do make me feel better, of course.
Right, but those are you can go buy those at Walgreens.
Exactly. Right.
And anybody that takes a vitamin that they may or may not be lacking in their body, in their chemistry makeup, is gonna make them feel better naturally. Your body needs certain minerals and vitamins to function properly, and good foods. Definitely. And all of that stuff. You don't need a sticker on you to feel better. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
Right.
You don't.
Right. Hey, Nick. And yes, Jen Lou, I did. I think it's like maybe about 20 minutes in, but to keep it, I mean, short and sweet, I'm not buying what he's selling. So yeah. It was a few minutes after we started, I think about 15, 20 minutes in, Jen.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, and don't forget, yes, Unjustified, Mama Kim members only live stream tonight at 8. Is it 8 Central?
Woohoo.
Love her.
I know.
Yes, she's great. Hey, Jessica. Yes, Laura, thank you for getting up here and sharing.
Anytime. It was just, like I said, I just popped on and I was like, oh my God, no, this whole Thrive thing. No, it's a cult. I believe it. Like I said about the whole LuLaRoe thing.
So now, don't you find that interesting? Okay, so everybody that I said, I was a part of a group, and we know that is supporting that family right now. And what I say, I feel like I escaped a cult. I do. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. Okay. And so I find it very interesting that it's all of the same people that I do. And even looking up the definition of a cult, that is a cult. And her family is all wrapped up with these people. So I do think that's very interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
But there's safety in numbers, and there's a belief that follows when 20 of your closest friends say, oh my gosh, the patch helped me so much, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
There's a placebo effect that comes with the fact that, well, everybody else is feeling it, so what's wrong with me? I better feel it too. And that's what your brain does. So yeah,
Renee,
you just hit the nail on the head. You just hit the nail on the head, because I tried convincing myself so hard that it was working for me, and I was feeling something, because all of my friends were like, yeah, I feel great. I have all this mental clarity. And I'm like, why am I so disheveled still with 3 kids? And like, I can't get anything organized here.
Yeah.
Hey, Allison, I think so. The members only chats, she doesn't do them all the time. With everything that happened with the last live, people were being rude to guests. It does kind of cut down on people bullying and there to troll the guests that are on a live. But not just that, for the people who do want to support and do that way, it's just a little nice something to give back to them. You absolutely don't have to. Not every live is going to be members only. So, but yeah. And let me tell you, like, Mama did not want to even do that, but you know, it's something that YouTube does suggest to us when we set up memberships, just so somebody that people are getting a little something back for the extra support to our channels. That's all.
And
Yeah, except for Crazy Mama, I did pay $1.99 to go into KK's.
I
And
did too.
I still have until February 5th with that.
Mine was supposed to end like I paid the $1.99 just for one day, and I did it, and then I canceled it like 30 minutes later.
Oh, that's
So did I.
For some reason,
yep.
it's still
Yep.
letting me in there, and I'm like,
She
oh my god,
blocked
you are.
me too. She
I'm
blocked
like,
me after
oh
I
my
did
God.
that, but I still see it all.
Oh, me too.
She
And
blocked
I'm like,
you because
I'm
that?
going crazy. I'm like,
She
I
blocked
can't
me because I kept asking her questions that she didn't like, so she
Ah.
blocked
God,
me.
well, you know,
Whatever.
I did hear
No,
that
me.
Chris refers to her as his mother's friend.
Hi,
Ah.
Cindy Surfer.
That was on somebody's live. That she is not really like his friend or his advocate.
Okay.
That's Cindy's friend. Is what
that
I heard.
This is truth. This is truth. Let me tell you what's happening. So Cindy, that's her boy, right? She woke up one day and her son, like, she didn't expect this. I'm going to say she hasn't had a chance to grieve properly, and she's still going through it. And grieving is different for everybody. It could take, is anyone to judge how long it takes? It's been 2.5 years, but from the jump, this has been insane circus case. So she hasn't been given the time to be properly grieving this. If you ask me, I don't think anyone has.
Correct.
No.
No.
But it's not for anyone to judge or decide when somebody gets over it, and she's just not there yet. And then there's Ronnie, who I think he has some guilt by past mistakes in their marriage. So he's being there now, and he's doing what a husband should do. He's supporting his wife. He can't stand seeing her in pain. So that's why when you hear Ronnie like, oh yeah, I'm just watching a basketball game, but don't watch Alan, that's why he's more being interrupted and hounded to answer certain things, which I think is really messed up. And this is my thoughts and opinions. And I have had personal interactions, and this is how I feel about the situation. Yes, absolutely. KK made friends with Cindy and gave Cindy false hope. Ronnie's trying to be a good, supportive husband and just do whatever is making Cindy have some hope and feel a little bit better about the situation right now. So this is why I can't stand that bitch.
Well, I cannot stand her at all. Today it wasn't today. I was listening to it today. It was from another channel, and I don't want to just, sit here and talk about other creators, but, it was a 5-hour long live I was listening to today. At 2 hours in, I had to put it down and shut my phone off and walk away because I was so disgusted. They had a panel of people calling in and asking questions, and Kim got a little bit tongue twisted at some of the questions and theories that other people were throwing at her, and she was just shutting everybody down. I'm like, boy. Because you know that you don't have the answer, Kim. You don't have the answer.
Right. She's getting whatever she's getting from, I do believe she had some contact with Chris. I do not believe it's still keeping up. I believe Chris is just like, this is my mom's crazy friend. And yeah, I do think that at this point, if I was them, they may be scared to back off because now she has had contact with Chris. She can now go spin it any way she wants. And they could be scared of that.
Exactly.
So here's my thing. She made that channel like March 22nd, 2019.
I watched your video. It was your video last night. I was watching it. I know. So you didn't do it last
was
night.
the first upload November 1st, 2020? And here's the thing. So we are now almost to February. So you've had your channel for some good time, and it's The Voice. What does her about say? This is the only channel, The Voice, the facts from Chris Watts. Okay. Bullshit. You should actually say it's from Cindy Watts. Okay.
Yeah.
And all the letters she has is actually given to her from Cindy Watts, just so everybody knows that that's true. That's why she won't show that it's addressed to her. And if she's since shown that, it's fake and fraudulent, I promise you
Sure.
that. Because he's even told his friend that talks to me. And I believe it because KK's mentioned the person's name that I talk to. So I know she thinks this person's a threat.
Yeah, see, it was your one of your videos I was watching last night, and about with the iPhone screen and all of that. Like a prison number, I don't believe aren't they they're payphones, and you have to accept the call. There's going to be a couple of seconds of, it's not going to be a strict just 15 minutes and end.
Right.
And I don't even believe that a prison phone number would come up consistently the same number on a cell phone, where you could put it in as like Chris Watts, whatever, Dodge or whatever.
YouTube takes
Correct.
45%, just so you know. Anything that people make on here, YouTube takes 45%.
Right.
They do. And
now here's the other thing too. Yes. Now they go around and within their little group, if you will, they send in their super chats, and then they go, and I have never done this, nor will I ever do this, because I think it's very, very classless, KK, to be saying, who's now going to do the next super chat?
Oh, no.
Who's going to super chat now? That's wrong.
God.
And that absolutely, and I have the screenshots. Yes, of course I do. That to me already tells me that is a huge red flag that the motive is all wrong here. Who's going to be? I've never been to a channel other than that one that I have witnessed that. I've never seen Robbie's Mod say, who's super chatting now? I've never done that, and you sure as hell will never hear me do that, just so everyone's aware. I think that's
not.
I've never experienced that at all on YouTube, except for in there. And it's every time she's live, she's doing that.
Wow.
It's disgusting. Now, here's my other thing that I wonder about her.
Yeah, I've only listened to her like twice at the most.
Well, you already know everything you need to know. She's a lying twat.
No.
But so no, because if I had a direct line and I was doing this and I was talking to Chris, how come the only 2 seconds that we've heard him, okay, you put him on and it's don't talk to Ellen. And then Ronnie too, don't talk to Ellen. So first of all, you've now got these people out here saying something to the world for the first time in a long time, and both of which it was worried about armchair detective. Get the fuck out of here. And now why have we only heard one thing of Chris? And the voicemail she played, by the way, that's voicemail that the police have in possession. That's not even something that just she could have got. Do you know how many people called the phone number after discoveries were released for Chris Watts and got his voicemail recorded?
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Hundreds of people. So that's nothing to me. And then, so if she is in direct contact and she is the voice of Chris Watts, again, you've started uploading November 1st, 2020. Where's all of the stuff? Because if it was me, y'all would be hearing a whole lot of questions Chris Watts is answering for me. Do you want to say sorry to your family? Do you miss your children? Do you have anything to say to the world? Are you sorry to the world? Not, you don't have my blessing to talk about the case. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, see what happens when Cher gets on a rant.
Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. I can't take it.
You know what we need to do with Chris Watts, Cher? We need to write to the man and say, we will tell your story in a book. Only your words. That's it. Why don't we do that? Let's get started on
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you, Mr. Cher's actually going to be writing him.
Awesome.
We thought it would be a good idea. He's going to write and not even bring up the case, but to just like, hey, like, I want to know more about you. We thought it would be a nice change of a bunch of females reaching out and what they can get and whatever.
Yes, exactly.
And he's going to tell him, if you don't want me to share this, I won't share it. Yeah, I was super proud because it is a hard thing for someone who's never been in this world to want to reach out and write a prison. That's a big step just in that alone.
I think that's a great
Sure.
idea, having a male contact him.
Definitely.
You know, and see what he says, rather than all these, you know, so-called ladies, you know, fluttering over him. I mean, I can't wrap my head
That's
around
crazy.
that, but
I am going to set up a PO box.
The chatterbox,
today.
I'm not, don't mean to interrupt, but she asked what is the name of my channel. It's Murder She Writes with Tanya Hagen. And thank you for
we'll
asking.
get the link in there.
Thank
will
you.
go and change and get everybody's links in here. I like to put Megan J's, Mama's, yours, everybody.
Thank
The usual
you.
suspects.
Awesome. But I think, like, even with writing to Diane Downs, I had to have a code given to me by her brother in order to write to her. Well, I correspond with her by way of email. And that works out great, but we needed her code, and I think that only comes from a family member to get directly to her. And as far as making phone calls, there's some kind of a convoluted mess with calling her directly or her calling me. So I don't know that I'll talk to her on the phone anytime soon, but it is difficult to get directly through to a prisoner. It really is. And so yeah, I don't know how all these people, I mean, I guess they just sent him regular snail mail, but what would be easier would be to email him, and that would mean we'd need a certain code from a family member.
Right.
To do that. Yeah.
And I think with the email, right, through court links, I believe you have to be on their list.
Yes, that is correct. Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, that is the ideal way to reach out to someone who's incarcerated. And, you know, I love chatting with Diane. She's a brilliant lady. This woman, again, unpopular opinion, but from knowing what I know now, I don't think Diane Downs hurt anyone. Even though for the last 30 years since I was a kid, I believe she did. But that's why I'm saying if we could reach out to Chris, let's get his story, his accurate, exact story, you know, what he believes happened, and that would stop everything. I think that would be the ideal book to write, to get rid of all the conjecture and all the what if and how did this happen and all that good stuff, even though yes, he lies, but I think he lied with a purpose. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually I have to agree with that. I believe he lied with a purpose. He's sitting in that cell and he's covering for somebody. Yeah, now see, I believe.
I don't think he is. I think he was covering for himself to make himself not look like a bad guy out the gate. But, you know, again, this is my opinion. I find that it is unpopular. I know that, again, a couple guys agree with me. A couple folks out there do agree that what I think that he did it all himself. I just want to know why. I want to know his story about what happened that night and what happened weeks prior, and what his thought process was. And again, Sherilyn Cadle had that opportunity, and you know, I don't think she handled it well, but whatever, that's my opinion. But anyway, I thought Mexi also handled her very well and asked some very good questions and even contradicted some things she said. I believe his live with her was a much or more interesting than with Larry. As much or more interesting. Sorry, I can't read. That's true, unjustified. And Mexi's good with everyone. I love Mexi.
I love Mexi too. Yeah, he's great.
Real nice guy.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Larry, I think, okay, so I want to say something too. Some of y'all know that I tried to get a partner here for my channel because I really fell for everything she said to me. And she did come out to me, so it was really weird. And then, you know, I started seeing red flags with this person, and some of you know who I'm talking about, because she's now on the KK side. The person that is Chris's friend said that KK had people kind of try to infiltrate certain channels before she even came on the scene. Her, Lana.
Oh boy.
And yeah, and the person who was supposed to be my team member. Now if you see, they're all like these rows, like Luann Rose, Curious Rose, Mariah Rose. It's very weird. And again, it seems very cultish, right? But I just thought it was interesting because this person really was trying to get me to add them onto my account so that they could sign into my channel and like, I want to be 50-50 partners, remember? And blah, blah, blah.
Oh
Like
boy.
they were really trying to take over my channel. And the other red flag was she had sent me a picture, which was a second channel I was trying to do with a friend, but our time just didn't work out to do it together. And she had sent me that very same picture and was like, see, it's meant to be and blah, blah, blah. And I thought it was weird. So I reached out to my other friend, Carrie, and said, like, she kind of wants to use this, but I don't feel right because this was mine and yours thing to use. And, you know, it was just very weird. So I definitely think that these people,
groupies
had a plan. Yes, had a plan, have a plan, or think that, yeah, I just don't think, obviously, they got the wrong one with me because yes, they are. They're very cultish over there.
Yeah.
Very,
And I
very.
wonder, I still wonder what happened with you and that lady in the falling out. You'll have to tell me privately.
Yeah.
Because again, this is during time. I've been so preoccupied with real life lately that I am losing touch with everything that's happening. And I apologize for that. But, yeah, and that person, and, you know, and you're my co-host, basically, Cher, and I would be happy to give you all my login information and all that, but I'm glad that you didn't really get too far with that person as far as privacy and things like that.
Yeah.
After, you know, especially after I found out what was going on.
After I called that person out, she then tried to change her old channel and everything, and then her about, Mr. Cher actually sent it to me and said, weird, because he went to block her also. And he was like, it's really weird what her about section says. And it's like something like, one day you all know who I really am and this and that. And then there's a link. Yes. And you click the link and it takes you to Dr. B's YouTube page. And it's very like, it's very weird. And yeah, so
she's like a what's it called, a groupie of Dr. B too.
I don't know. I'm not saying groupie. I'm thinking more like there's some kind of organized. A part of me, if I'm being honest, I already know I sound nuts, but I'm just gonna say it is with the fact that I know the things Shanann sold were that of what women in cults were a part of selling. Right. I know it. It's facts. Even Google the brains. I just wonder if maybe the cult is then sent into this social media to kind of combat and battle this in ways. Maybe. And it's, yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, I know.
It does make sense. And I'm kind of chuckling right now. I'm at my ex-husband's house right now with my kids, and my ex-husband just walked in and he's kind of hurt, and he looked at me and he knew we haven't said the word thrive once, right? And how long? He just walked in and he goes, don't even tell me you're talking about thrive again. Like he hated it. Like hated it.
Oh, like, man, they always know what we're up to, even though they don't pay attention.
He goes, oh, don't even. Like, this is my ex-husband. Like, this is not my my husband anymore. He's like, oh my God, I made him try it. Like, I was like, oh yeah, you can do it too. Take this. And this is before they had like the men's. So he tried it, and he's like, I don't feel anything. I'm like, yeah, exactly. It's a cult. For sure. That just made me laugh. Oh my God. Anyway.
So funny.
Jesus. The whole thing. Yeah. And I think you're right, Shay. I think that they are all cults and they're all sent out to social media to sell the product. And you know, the only one that becomes rich is the owner.
Sure.
That's the only one. We're all left falling and stumbling and in debt. I mean, truly in debt. I can see why.
Oh, I bet. And I don't know that Shanann really
and
made any money. Even I don't know.
It has been said, right, that she was in other MLMs, you know, prior to that, and I think that I think her motive might have been good, you know, and hopeful, and get out of, whatever, the automotive business and be a stay-at-home mom, it all does look very, very good to,
Sure.
especially a stay-at-home mom, where you're told you can make all this money. But I mean, in reality, you go in the hole, the end, because you've got to, whatever you make, you've got to reinvest.
So what do you think
You
about
have
all
to,
of her
yeah.
trips and that car and the cars and all of
Well,
that?
that's what I said. That's what I was saying in the beginning. I mean, yes, that potential is there. She
Okay.
did do very well. She did do very well. That came fast and furious. That doesn't come from the slow sellers. That comes from like rapid fire. That girl, I guarantee you, had that car within the first 6 months of her promoting Thrive.
Sure.
Yes, that's no joke. There are, I mean, those cars are a dime a dozen around where I live. You see, the big Thrive sticker on the back of the Lavelle decal on the back. A lot of, I mean, that's your
Sure.
choice to have that put on or not. But yeah, I mean, and it's not just a Lexus. You get an $800 a month auto bonus. So you can pick
Yeah.
out, they give you like 6 cars. It's either a Lexus, a BMW, a Mercedes, Range Rover, perhaps. All these top-notch cars that you wouldn't be able to afford. I couldn't afford one of them, even a
Right.
finance one. But they're all leased. They're not
So
like,
the cars are a genuine perk of working in the
correct.
business.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But they are, like I said, it's fast and furious. It's like you have to hit a certain quota by a certain time, or like that auto bonus, you're just not getting it. I mean, if
Got
you're
it.
not selling fast, and making
Right.
that money right out the gate, then
Bye, Mama. Thank you.
pretty much all bets are
Hi,
off. You're
Kim.
not going to ever make it.
Right. Exactly.
You do have to be a go-getter in order to sell as much product as needed to get to the top, where you get that auto bonus every month.
Sure.
And if your sales go down, don't be mistaken, if your sales go down and you lose, say, even 20% of your downline, that's going to cut your commission so much that you're going to lose your auto bonus. And that
Oh
auto
boy.
bonus, that car payment is coming out of your bank account that month.
So it looks as if, okay, it's a great perk. It's a great incentive. However, you're always living under the cloud that, gosh, what if my kids are sick this month? What if I have to have
Correct.
surgery? I may not be able to maintain the level I need in order to keep my car. And what a tragedy that would be. So I'm going to go out there and do my best. That's pretty much that's a good tactic to get those salespeople to
Correct.
work like crazy.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then it's also,
Yeah.
I've thought of it this way. I wonder if that didn't contribute to part of some of their debt. I mean, her maybe, I mean, to me, I thought, just by listening to her on the calls and whatnot, like, before any of this happened, like, she really did have a very sweet, upbeat personality. But again, I didn't
She
know her
did.
face to
Yeah.
face personally, so like maybe that was the facade. I will never speak poorly of somebody that's passed away. That just isn't
Certainly not.
me.
Yeah.
But maybe that was a contributing factor to some of the debt. She had neck surgery. She was unable to do basically anything for, I think, was it 2 to 3 months? Her friend had to come
Right.
and live with her. And did she have to pay her own car payment for those couple of months? I mean, right there is $1,600 in if she was not doing anything or selling anything for 2 months. There's
Right.
$1,600 like that came out of like her pocket or their pocket,
Right.
for a car payment. So I mean,
And
I
that's
don't know. Again, with the vacations, yes, all expenses paid, but you have to have all of that, your quota met, in order to get it. And it does seem like
be
they went
eligible,
on
right?
quite a few vacations.
They did. I mean,
So
she may have been genuinely a top seller, and that's excellent. What a good, good job. But then when they looked at her income, her annual income, it was not that much that she was bringing in through Thrive. So
right,
despite everything she did and all the work and all the perks she was eligible for, her income was still basically, managing a
right,
Taco Bell
right,
or whatever. It didn't seem as if it was anything terribly impressive unless you do count all the vacations and you count the car and you count all that stuff, I don't know.
right. Nope, you're spot on. You're spot on.
Yeah.
I think that whole thing is corrupt. It was not,
Yeah.
But again, it looks very glamorous to the stay-at-home mom or somebody that wants to be able to stay home or work from their
Sure.
phone but then again, there's plenty of other jobs that you can work from your phone. You
Of
don't
course.
need to be
There's other
trying
jobs
to
where you can make
sell
the
all
same
this.
amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, for me, it didn't work, but in the end, I'm grateful that it didn't work.
Yeah.
I would never want that.
I think
There's a
you
lot of
dodged the
stress that
bullet.
goes into it
Yeah.
too. There's a lot of stress. I mean, when Chris says like, "Oh, he didn't have a say in much," and she was very pushy, and that's just. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's pretty
Good
much
for
like second
her.
nature to having that what she
Oh,
did for work.
sure.
She
Yeah.
had to be pushy.
You
So,
have, yeah, exactly.
and when you're
Exactly.
working from home and your husband's around, you can't just shut that off. Like that kind
Right.
of carries over to your whoever you reside with, your husband, your children, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Your mother, it doesn't matter. Like if you're you're almost molded into being pushy. So,
Correct. Right.
it kind of just dribbles down the trickles out of the faucet. Like it just doesn't stop. You can't shut that off.
Right.
It
Right. Right.
becomes your personality because
I
you're
think,
just used to
I
that
don't
go, go,
know.
go.
I was almost roped into doing Mary Kay once and I quickly stopped, whatever. But, so I can't imagine doing that for a living. I can't, I don't know how you would do it, how you keep it up, especially with small children.
I know.
I find it hard to even do YouTube with my adult daughter and, everything else that goes on in my house. To find the time to do it is difficult.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My kids were younger too when I was without. Oh Jesus, yeah, they were like 6 and 7 at the time,
Right.
and it was not good. It was not good for me, but nonetheless, it's. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know how she did it. Like I
I
said,
don't
she was
either.
always uppity up on all the calls I had to listen in on, and she was a top promoter, but again, that's not what the finances say. So
Yeah,
who
I
knows
know.
what the real
And
truth
Kelly
is?
Cat, I'm glad your migraine went away, hon. I was going to
Me
suggest
too.
earlier take some Excedrin. It
Yeah.
is, oh my gosh, you will forget you ever had a migraine, but I get them frequently, usually midday. I take 2 Excedrin, cover my eyes with something, and then lay down, and it's gone when you wake back up again. It's like a miracle drug, I swear.
Yep, and
Um,
I do the same. And when that doesn't work, because sometimes it doesn't work, then I take
yeah,
a Benadryl and just go to sleep. And then it's
that's
gone
true.
when
You
I
can
wake
try
up.
that too.
Yep.
But I think Benadryl dries me out and makes the migraine worse because it's probably coming from my sinuses anyway. But that's different people.
Could be. Yeah, my
Yeah.
doctor's the one who said, because there was one time a migraine lasted like 3 days for me and it was just getting
Oh
worse and worse.
God.
So I went to the ER and I ended up looking at the papers after, like, what did they give me? Because it put me to sleep and I woke up and I felt
Sure.
great and I had no migraine and it was Benadryl.
Ooh.
So I started doing that at home and that's my remedy.
And I put an ice pack on the back of my neck or on the top of my head, depending on where it seems like it's coming from. When you lay down, that seems to work too. But I'm glad you're feeling better, Callie Cat. That's so cool. But no, I was a realtor for about 7 years. I think Allie, my daughter, was 2 when I started, or maybe even 1 when I started. But I was just myself, and I sold, more houses than anybody else in my company. in my my broker had something like 5-6 agents plus himself, and I was selling more than anybody else. But what I did was I was just myself, and I brought my little girl literally around to house showings with me, because I typically worked with young families who had little children Allie's age. And I think that even that little point there kind of, so it's easy to work with a child that young, because I worked at my leisure, and I literally made friends with everybody who I sold houses to. And that's sort of selling. Obviously it is selling, but I was just myself. I can't imagine taking on a persona that's not necessarily you. But oddly, I see Shanann as having been a very shy person. That it kind of shines through that she was a very shy and reserved person, despite what she appeared to be when she was selling. And I don't know if anybody else get that impression or not.
Yeah.
Very insecure girl, very insecure about herself.
Yeah, that's quite like I said, I don't know her personally. I can't speak to that, but I can see where that's coming from. I've watched a bazillion videos of her, through the case and in prior to, and I could see that. And a lot of this Facebook posts that she made, kind of alluded to that as well, like her, about her family, just like things on her, like about her family, alluded to that. It wasn't always, uppity up.
And I think that there was even a high school teacher of hers who said Shanann, he called her Shannon, was so shy in high school.
And reserved, yes.
Yeah, and I can see that, because the what I learned when when I was younger in junior high was that if you're a shy kid, which I was, believe it or not, at one point, the more you talk, the louder you are, the more you're front and center, the less people will really even notice you. So I became a social butterfly, to overcome my shyness when I was a kid. And I think that's sort of what Shanann did, during her middle age, her middle years, or what should have been her middle years. Her last years actually was the same thing, overcome that shyness and that insecurity by being very, loud and outgoing for her job, mainly for her job. Right. And we don't know how she was with Chris. We don't know how she was with her family.
Right.
No one knows the true Shanann either, which is, kind of sad.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did hear, from that person that Shanann wasn't always what we saw of her.
Right.
That she changed kind of after the children's hospital, it sounds like, because it sounds like there was a change in both of them.
Right.
So, but you guys, I hate to cut it off. I'm going to go make dinner for the children and call my husband.
Aww.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've got to
tell him we said hi.
Go, but
I will.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for being up here. You gave
thank you so much. You're welcome anytime. It was really good to get to know more about that, because I haven't heard it before.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I probably still have some of those stupid patches laying around somewhere.
Oh gosh.
God, it's long expired by now, but
see, and you guys, I thought about ordering, like, I don't know how they
don't
come
waste
or
your
whatever,
money.
but I did think about doing it just to do it on YouTube and show you guys the truth or my opinions on it. But
no, it's too
you
much to even start now.
Get it from Robbie. We can do.
Yeah.
Doesn't Robbie sell them too? I think he does.
I don't think he sells it. I think he just uses it. I don't know. I'll ask him.
Okay, then I'm confused. Yeah, ask him.
Oh,
all right. Thanks, everyone. And don't forget, 8:00 Central tonight, members only on Mama Kim's Unjustified. And
awesome.
Mr. Cher will be there.
Yay. I think I'll head over there maybe if things, it's been very quiet the last couple of days, knock on wood. But thanks for having me, Cher.
And thank you to all the new members and everybody. I really love you guys. Love you, Tanya. Thanks so much, Laura.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night, girls. Bye.